Thank you so much, Madam Kenya Director. And also thank you so much, the important husband. Yes, this one. First, I want to congratulate each one of us for this wonderful time. Reaching a time of graduation, I think, is one of the most important things everyone looks for. I've heard close to about almost 16 graduations. And if there is anything that I don't want is graduation. You know me, I'm not a celebratory person. I like it when I finish, but when I started this program, I have seen the joy that fills people when it comes to graduation. So once again, I want to say congratulations, and I want to assure you there is so much ahead of you that God has prepared for you. As Ziwas invited me and said that when God did this divine connection, actually me, I didn't know. I just had somebody grab me and tell, hey, hi, how are you? And then we started talking after that conference, and we kind of exchanged our numbers, and I lost her number, and I also believe she lost mine. And I kept on asking, when will I ever meet this person again? But you know, once God says, this is your person, this is the person you are going to carry on his mission with, you never lose that person. And at the appointed time, God really brought us together, and we shared, we sat down, we talked about the future of leadership in our country. We also talked about what kind of a change we can bring and we can initiate in our country. And I shared with her my vision, and we kind of grew together and agreed together we can partner. And I want to tell you, for the last, I think, how many months since we met? It's like less than 60 months. Less than 60 months, we have moved, and we are seeing God really confirming to us the reason why we met. The year 2011, I happened to enter into a meeting in the US, San Diego, where I was staying, and I was invited as one of the attendants. And then afterward, before the conference, I was sent another message, and I was asked, Peter, are you willing to come and fill in for about 5 to 7 minutes as the next speaker comes on to speak? And then I agreed. And when I talked, afterward, when I went to sit down, John Maxwell approached me and then asked me, hey, thank you so much, you've done so well. And then a friend of mine grabbed me and he told me that, oh, John Maxwell is my friend. So I asked him, can we have a coffee with him? And then he just walked into him and he said, oh, my friend Peter would want to have a chat with you. Can you spare a minute? And he said, oh yes, I'm going to be doing my last speech, and after that, from 5, we can have about 15 minutes. We do some coffee and then we talk. Then after the meetings, then to his word, he was looking for me and my friend, and then we went outside the plenary hall where we were doing the meeting, and then we talked for. I was just preparing for 15 minutes, and the man took almost 1 hour. So we talking together, having coffee, sharing stories, and at the end of the day, he asked me, Peter, how can I help you? I have seen in you there is something that you can do in leadership. And I asked him, jokingly, I said, can you come to Africa? And then accompany me, and then he told me that I can't promise you I will come to Africa or maybe to Kenya. But he again looked at me and he told me that I've listened at you for the last 5 minutes that you spoke. And Peter, I don't want to come to Africa. You can do it in Africa. And he asked me, come on, I'm going to pray for you. And I knelt down, he prayed for me. And he told me again, you can do it in Africa. That was 2011. And then after that, my mind was not to come back to Kenya. I wanted to stay in the US, work there, and do whatever I was doing there, and start leadership trainings there. And then since that moment, 2011, I started developing my modules. Because it kind of got in me that I need to come back to Africa and start developing leaders. I started developing my modules, getting all my notes together, putting them in a thumb disk, and then preparing them. And up to 2019, I was able to prepare. I researched and I wrote in 9 modules about servant leadership, lead like Jesus. And when I came to Kenya and I found Ziwa, and then the words that John Maxwell spoke to me, it was true. John Maxwell is not in Kenya, and she is doing what he is supposed to be doing in Kenya. And I felt that was like a prophetic utterance that he spoke to me, and already his work was already in Kenya. So our partnership really is based on that. I think it was me, Madam Director, I say it was God who planted this. It is not me. It is God who really planted for me, for us to come and be here. So when I came to Kenya and started that organization, Aslead Institute, which our program is Servant Leadership, Lead Like Jesus. And we also, that one for Lead Like Jesus, we take it to the religious sector, church leaders, and pastors, bishops. We have seen them come to our program and they train. And also, we have another one for the corporate world. We also call it Certificate in Servant Leadership. That actually, all these programs take about 6 months. And we meet only, it is like, always is like a round table, because our classes are between not less than 10. We are not over 35. So when we meet, we meet in a round table and then we talk. We don't allow somebody to sit behind another person. So we sit all over and then we go through that. And I want to tell you, I have had a conversion from most of our senior bishops in this country recommend this program. And to church leaders, and I was talking with my bishop, who is Kefa Omai, and he was telling, when they were discussing about on the colleges that should be training leaders, they proposed Aslead to be recognized by the government, and also to be one of those institutes that are going to be training pastors. So that is what we do, and we started like almost like the same time with Behold, and right now we just graduated our 4th generation. Now we are on our 5th generation, and since our program is long, it takes 6 months. We have not been able to train many people. We have. Up to this time, we have been, for the graduation, we managed to train 640 church leaders. And this not even, it includes, senior bishops in this country who have come through our program. They have gone through it. And we are so grateful. We have a face-on-face classes, and also we have virtual classes. Virtual classes meets on Monday and a Friday, and is quite an interesting program, and some of the Behold success graduates, they have already registered in our program, and I think I don't want to say what they have felt about the program. I think Mr. Nziwa is one of us, and I also saw Kagendo. I saw Kituto, yes. Actually, Kagendo, she's our president. In our cohort, we call them president. So we call her Madam President. And we are going on with that one. And then we are still open for anyone who want to take our program. We have a desk registration out there. You'll get information. So what am I saying? I'm saying that God has placed us in a position such a time as this to develop leaders. Maxwell always says, everything rises and falls on what? Everything rises and falls on what? And this is what I say. Leadership rises and falls on the being of a leader. And when we talk about the being, we are talking about the character of a leader. And I want to say this, friends, when I sat down and I went through this program, and actually I was a student, I was supposed to graduate today. But anyway, I got so much busy that I missed about 3 classes, and then I told my facilitator, Daisy, please excuse me, I will be able to join next time. When I looked at the program, I found that what this program is dealing, they are dealing with your being, not about your doing. It is dealing about the character of a leader. And you will agree with me, what is ailing leadership today? It is not about the doing. It is not the achievement that you have made. It is the character of a leader. And if we transformed the character of a leader, let me tell you, the problems that we are seeing in the churches, the problem that we are seeing in the society, we are not going to see them again. I do believe that good transformation should start from within, not from without. Because when the inner person is transformed, he will be able to transform other people. So, again, I want to tell you, and I want to encourage you, be an ambassador, go out there, recruit many people, teach them, train them, and then let me tell you, this is what I tell all my classes. Don't look for reward. Our reward is not here. Our reward is always ahead. Just serve God's people, knowing that your reward is ahead. So I am part of Equip, and I guess that we will continue meeting and even interacting, and feel free to join our program, because once you graduate with us, we are registered with NITA. So NITA has approved our program and our curriculum. So once you graduate, we always say that we give you 2 certificates, one certificate from Aslead and the other certificate from John Maxwell. And with that combination, I want to tell you, we can make a great transformation and an influence in this country. So I pray that may the Lord use you. May you continue shining. May you continue transforming leaders, knowing that you are here such a time like this to do God's work, to transform leadership. Thank you.